moment I thought he was dead.
I'm definitely gonna die. Might as well record. And I remember it went off on me.
Hey guys, Cliff here from Agilite. Today we're here with and two guys you might recognize from a very viral video of GoPro combat footage that came out a little more than a year ago from Gaza. The one sentence summary of the video is you guys get split up, grenades get thrown everywhere, a grenade blows up in your face, you run into the room afterwards and shoot the terrorist, right?
Basically, yeah, that's
the
the gist of it, yeah.
Yeah, but then obviously the questions that pop up are, why are you facing a terrorist alone? Where's your battle buddy? What happened? How'd you guys get separated? And then there's just all these questions of, you know, what happens in a situation like that? How does a grenade blow up in your face? Like what's going on there? How do you deal with it afterwards? So in the video that the IDF censor published, basically it starts from a situation where you're standing in a hallway and a grenade blows up, right?
I start rolling about 30 to 40 seconds after initial engagement. Yeah. What happened was next to me, covering side of the house I'm not seeing at the moment because I'm going to clear for IDs in the balcony next to me. And basically what happens is, as holding the door, he sees a militant and he engages first. He starts shooting.
And then as soon as he took cover, I got out of this room to the hallway to get a better angle of him. So okay. I was waiting on the hallway where we entered the complex, yeah. And was still in the room. It's one of the commanders that were behind us. They took cover and they threw a grenade. This was their first instinct.
They threw the grenade.
They threw a grenade. I heard it rolling like at my feet. I realized that I have to take cover. That's why I jumped left to the stairways that we came from and took the right.
I didn't see it, but I hear grenade. Like, I hear grenade, I realize, okay, I gotta get out of there. I back out into the balcony I just came from. I duck, explosion, yeah. I come out, and I realize is no longer there. Yeah. The grenade fell just between the two of us. Mm-hmm. Like, it's at the door, I'm at the balcony, we got a grenade right next to us, and at this point I realize, okay, I gotta get out of there.
Tell me, what was going through your mind while you basically couldn't get to and you guys were split up? Like, from the second that grenade landed between you, what happened on your side?
I get to the stairway and I try to figure out where he is. Just thinking about him being by himself over there was like crazy, because a lot of people wanted to get in the house and throw grenades, and I'm stopping everyone. Yeah. I'm stopping everyone from another grenade, from getting crossfire with yeah. from stuff like that, and I'm started calling him very loudly, and he calls us, but we can't hear anything because of the fight that's going on there. And in this moment, I thought he was dead.
So that's the lead up to this to the start of the GoPro footage. Basically, this is right where they split. You go backwards from the grenade. You go backwards from the grenade, unknowingly both going in two separate directions. Yeah. This is where you guys split up.
That's right. So the next thing that happens is I retreat into the balcony. Yeah. I prepare a grenade of my own. Yeah. I pick the corner, I see it's clear. Yeah. I drop my gun, I go for the grenade. I come over, and I know roughly where was engaged from. Yeah. I pull the pin and I throw the grenade. I go back, wait 3 seconds, explosion.
Okay, boom.
And then I go in, I can hear a lot of gunfire, and I know there's a bunch of guys in the other room. I know in my mind, I'm definitely gonna die. Might as well record and make sure everybody knows what happened. I'm waiting to see if someone pops out the door. I wait a few seconds, and then I hear glass. I hear someone stepping on glass. I realize someone's coming in. I raise my gun a bit more, and I see a leg popping out of the doorway. I give a few rounds off. He backs out. And then I realize I'm not in the right fucking corner. You know, I fire, I move to the other corner, and I wait. A few seconds later, he decides he wants to go in full force. He walks in and gets bursted down. So this is the third burst I'm firing at this point. I'm not sure how many bullets I have in my mag. I think about it for a couple of seconds and I decide I have no idea what's going on. I have to switch. I hear something from the guy that just dropped. I make an anchor shot and I wait for additional engagements. I don't see that grenade just went next to me. What I do see is the grenade being thrown. I wait. 1, 2, 3, and in my mind, I'm hoping he missed the doorway again. He didn't. What happened was this grenade was thrown, hit a wall, which was here, and landed around 30 centimeters from my back leg. And I, at this point, go down because I'm afraid maybe the grenade went off. And what happens next is my feet going up in the air, a huge plume of black smoke coming up, and I remember it went off on me. I land on my back with my gun facing forward because I know that if he threw a grenade, he's just gonna come in through the door to finish me off. I get up using whatever force I had in my right leg.
Which one was broken?
Left leg.
Left leg over here was broken.
Yep. No, it was broken over here.
Down at the bottom from the blast.
This point had my my artery pierced. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the guy to come through the door. He doesn't show up. I look back around here. I see a puddle of blood, and I realize, okay, maybe now is not the time to look at my wounds and see what's going on. I need to get out of here because if he's not coming in to finish me, he's just going to throw another grenade. I limp across to basically this edge. I look. I know my gun might not be functioning because a grenade just went off. I pull off a round, making sure my gun doesn't have a jam, and I start coming out, pointing through. And at this point, the second terrorist, the one that threw a grenade, reveals himself. I come up here, away from the actual edge, and I see the second terrorist with a hand inside his vest on another grenade. Okay. My hunch was right. I see the guy. I start firing, and he pulls out a pistol and fires a shot. He drops. I realize the exit is really near, like I just have a few more steps to go. I start walking towards the exit. Legs stop working at this point. I tripped on something and I couldn't get back up, and I start crawling out, calling that I'm joining the rest of the force. Javier! Javier! And was there to see me. I'm calling out like I'm getting out. Don't shoot. Like, I'm joining you guys. Recognizes this. He goes up. He pulls me from my vest, pulls me down, and they start treatment and exfil.
Yeah. And it seems like you really, like in one firefight, you hit like all of the basics of like how to stay in the fight, how to how to push forward, push back into the fight, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I tell these things to everyone who asks me, but like the entire thing this incident relies on is the fact that I had far superior training. They drilled these things so deep into your skull. Like I get like the wood boards getting bashed on my head. Reload, come on! Like you're getting shot at.
Stress training.
High stress training. Yeah. Like that was the most stressful situation I've ever been in, and my mind was as clear as it's ever been. Yeah. Like I knew exactly what to do, when to do it, because it was so ingrained into me. Like I didn't even have to think. I know that my next action is gonna be reload. I know my next action is gonna be take the corner. Like I knew what to do before I even had a chance to think about what the hell's going on.
Yeah. How long have you guys been together in the Army, basically?
This is the fun part.
About a week and a half.
A week and a half.
At this point,
I
at
thought
this
you were gonna
point,
say you were like together from basic training.
No,
and like,
no, about a week
The
and a half.
training that we go through, as said, it doesn't really matter who you're gonna pair me up with. We know the drill.
We're both forces that join other forces. Like
Yeah.
it's our part
All
to
the
join.
time.
It's our part to join other guys and give them
click with them.
and click with them and
Yeah.
give them the anti-IED and explosives training that we have, but we need to connect with them and do the best that we can.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are definitely lucky to have each other, and lucky to have the training.
Definitely.
It seems like in combat, a lot of stuff is just up to luck, like whether a grenade explodes or it isn't. But then that last like 20% is just down to training.
Definitely.
It's down to who you are, what training you've done, and how you're gonna react when shit hits the fan.
And this is what I say to everyone who asks me. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Training is the most important facet of your skill set. Like, the more you train, the harder you train, the more you take it seriously, that's how you're going to function in a real life situation.
Yeah.
And
High stress training,
high stress
realistic training.
and repetitive training.
Yeah.
Like they say, practice makes perfect, and someone added that perfect practice makes perfect. You need perfect, stressful, and as much as it's gonna get close
Realistic
to
environment.
realistically
Yeah.
in the environment
Yeah.
that you can get, definitely.
What are some easy ways for people to replicate that, like at a range? What do you think the most basic ways to add stress and to add realism into your training?
The best thing I can think of is plan ahead, like plan what you're gonna practice, know your weak points, and have someone who's external and he's not training at the moment, pushing you. Meaning he's changing up your magazine, he's putting in blanks, so you get misfires and you get
Putting in like empty shells,
empty shells
backwards
and stuff.
shells.
And he's always pushing you to function. You can't just, wait around and start reloading.
So if we're training and you've loaded my mag and I have a misfire, you're pushing me to do it
I'm
faster,
pushing
faster,
you.
faster.
Faster, 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 making sure you don't stay
Yeah.
put, like you move, take cover if you need to.
If you have a helmet on, so he's gonna
Just bang me on the helmet.
Just bang you on the helmet,
Making
stress
noise,
you out,
shooting
make
blanks
you,
next
make
to
you,
you.
yeah, exactly. Stressing you out as much as possible, because at the end of the day, when you can do it under duress, you're gonna do it fine in any other situation.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I think this really clears it up, shines some interesting light on it. A lot of stuff obviously to learn here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no one functions perfectly, and even when you're highly trained, highly skilled, you rehearsed something 1,000 times. When you get to a real life situation that you haven't rehearsed, something is not gonna go exactly as it should, and that's sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. But you gotta make the best of it.